I just discovered Josh's content. Where does the love for MMORPGs come from? That's a good question. So I started playing RuneScape when I was a kid in school, and the library computers, it was one of the few games my home PC could run. Then I discovered online adventure games like Adventure Quest and Dragon Fable. Then I found some older text-based MUDs. And then I started finding all of the adventure stuff like Terra and EverQuest for a while. I started playing Neverwinter online when that came out. So I really got into Rift for a bit. Adventure Quest. I've made an entire video on Adventure Quest. Me and Adam Bond started chatting about design and stuff. Good guy. And what would happen is whenever I would come home from school and whenever I would come home from work, if I'd had a bad day, I'd play some RuneScape. And that was my constant. I'd play some RuneScape. I'd enjoy gaming for a bit. And then when I was working in theatre, if the theatre day was a bit stressful, if I'd burnt my brain out from trying to memorize a script that was a bit too long, I could always play some RuneScape. I could always play some Neverwinter, play some Elder Scrolls Online, play some Guild Wars, play some Guild Wars 2, all that jazz. And I think what happened was when the acting career started to take off, MMORPGs were my relaxation time. And when the theatre career got pushed back because of COVID, shutting all the theatres down, I came home and I just thought, right, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I just started playing RuneScape for a bit. I just sat there playing an MMO, and someone said to me, hey, you should make some YouTube videos. I didn't know what to make them on. But I was playing Neverwinter online, and I was stuck on a boss, Shores of Turn, and I could not find for the life of me a good guide on how to kill the boss. So I thought, right, I can probably make myself a guide on how to do it. So I made a video on how to get past a Neverwinter boss if you were playing as the Hunter Ranger class. And that video did really well. And then I started to make more guides and more helpful creations and more hint books and stuff like that. And then one day when I was searching for new MMORPGs to play, I kept getting these banner adverts around the side of the screen. If you guys remember the old browser adverts, it was for a game called Ebony. And it was like a sexy angel. And it was like, my lord, the king needs your help. Come save the kingdom. And it was terrible. And then I started to get some more adverts for games like League of Angels. Yeah, Ebony was a porn game. And I got the League of Angels adverts as well. And I thought, oh my god, how bad can these be? So while I was making guides for like how to play Elder Scrolls Online, how to play Terra, how to play Neverwinter, how to play Guild Wars 2, I thought, oh my god, League of Angels, this has got to be like the worst MMO ever made, because it was advertising itself as an MMO. So I made a video called Worst MMO Ever, ? And it was just like a 2-hour unedited stream of me playing League of Angels. And people said this was really good because people wanted to see how bad it was, but they didn't want to play. And nobody wants to download those games and play them. They just want to see how bad they are. And then League of Angels released a sequel. It was League of Angels Heaven's Fury. And I thought, well, I've got to review Heaven's Fury now. So I did. And that was Worst MMO Ever 2. And that's when I discovered that's a sequel. That's a series. And I'll tell you one of the funniest things that has now come full circle. In League of Angels Heaven's Fury, Hades is voiced by a voice actor in the English version called Rich Keeble. You guys may know Rich Keeble as the voice actor behind Monoko in Expedition 33. So one of the very first videos I ever made in a more successful series on the channel contained the voice talents of a man that I would then go on to meet at the Expedition 33 premiere party and have since continued chatting to and, continued having a connection with. I even sent him a microphone. He was asking about a potential microphone that I had and that he wanted to use and if it was any good. And I'm like, Rich, I've got a spare one. I'll just send it to you. So he's like, oh yeah, sure. And we sorted that out. He's even talked about streaming and doing YouTube, and I've offered to pop round to his at some point and just help him set it up. So life, it's a funny thing. It really is. You end up with connections to people that you never thought you would have connections to. Why am I wearing sunglasses indoors? I think I look cool. Now my eyes are good now. Am I the angry video game nerd of MMOs? I would hope that I'm not as negative as the AVGN was. I would hope that I bring at least a level of love to it. Someone said to me, they don't watch the videos, they just read the titles. They said, why do you think this is the worst MMO ever? Why do you just say negative things about it? And it was in like the Warframe episode. And I'm like, have you watched the episode? Because I do nothing but praise Warframe for how bloody good it is. Like, there are aspects that I think can be improved, but in general, I thought it was very popular. So the reason that we have the title Worst MMO Ever is because people love negativity. But I would like to hope that within, you know, the process of actually reviewing the games, I am fair. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, AVGN is funny,